Hey everyone, Tesla Tom here. Thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel where I discuss Tesla, electric vehicles and renewable energy. If this is your first time to my channel, hello and welcome. Please take a moment to hit that red subscribe button. That way you stay informed of any new content and it also helps my channel to grow as well. Today we're going to look at several charging options for our Tesla Model 3 Performance Stealth here in Sydney, Australia. We're going to do that and much more right after this. So as much as I love owning an electric vehicle like our Tesla Model 3, there are certain realities that an electric vehicle owner must face. And you won't always be able to find a dedicated electric vehicle charging point. And by that I mean either a Tesla supercharger, another type of DC charger, or even an AC dedicated charging point. And this is when it's important to keep several types of charging cables in your car to utilize power points around the place, whether they be 10 amps, 15 amps, or three-phase sockets. So let's have a look at those charging options right now. Okay, so this is the frunk or the front boot of our Tesla Model 3. And as you can see inside, there are several types of cables. And I think if you're going to go on a road trip in a Tesla, it's important to have at least some of these options. The first one I'll talk about is this one here. This comes with every new Tesla, and of course if you buy it secondhand, make sure you have this included as well. Inside this kit you'll have the UMC or Universal Mobile Charger with a little box like that, and this one goes into your car. And with that you get two different tails. They look very similar but they're actually different. This is 10 amps and this is 15 amps. We're going to test those today as well. So they come standard with the car. We also keep this one. This is a Type 2 to Type 2 EV cable. And this is if you've got a dedicated EV charging station. They're good to use. This is a Type 1 to Type 2 barrel. Unfortunately, no one sells them in Australia at the moment. But you can get a similar type of Type 1 to Type 2 adapter, which looks like a cable. But we're fortunate enough to have one of these. This is quite useful because it's quite portable. And today I also want to road test this nice cable here, which was kindly supplied by evse.com.au. So thank you very much, guys, from evse.com.au. This is really handy because, as you can see, this is a three-phase 32 amp plug, which can fit into a lot of three-phase sockets around the place, whether it be a camping ground, showground, or even sometimes a car park or a motel or a hotel car park that's got them. So this suddenly makes your car very versatile and you can charge from a lot more places. And what's cool is that it fits into the UMC or Universal Mobile Charger like that at this end. This one goes into the socket and then the other end goes into your car, which we will demonstrate today. Okay, so today I'm at the beautiful Sinai's showground and there is a charging box up here with several different options. As you can see, we've got 20 amps, 32 amps, we've got some 15 amp plugs as well. So we're going to road test the different options today to give you an idea of the different charging speeds. So in my hand I've got the Tesla UMC Universal Mobile Connector. And we're going to open the car's charging port right now. Just one finger on the indicator light, and it pops up. And I'm going to plug this end into the car. You can hear it clicking. So there you go, it's locked in now. You can unlock it through the app if you so wish. And with the other end, once I unravel it, we are going to try the different tails. So the first one I want to try is the 10 amp. So the differentiate between 10 amps and 15 amps, it's a very subtle difference, but essentially the 10 amps is a shorter earth pin. The 15 amps is a bit longer. The 10 amps will fit into a 15 amp socket, but not vice versa. So the 15 amps won't fit into a 10 amp, and that's how you can tell the difference. So to start off, let's play with the, I shouldn't say play, it's not the right word for electricity. Let's test the 10 amp tail. So again, plugs in. Let's go up here. So we're going to plug it into a 15 amp socket, that's okay. Like that. Press on. You'll see the green light there flashing on the box. Hope you can see that. Yep. And let's go back to the car here. You can see now it's flashing green there. And I'll just unravel this a bit more. And then let's go into the car itself. What I'll do is actually wind the window down so we don't have to keep going in and out. And you can see right there, it's charging at 2 kilowatts at 8 amps, so not quite 10 amps. And at the current state of charge, at 46%, it's going to take us 14 hours and 25 minutes. So keep that in mind as we flick over to the 15 amps. Okay, so like I said before, if you want to stop the charging, you can actually stop from the car, or what I'm going to do is actually just stop charging from the Tesla app itself. You can actually stop charging like that, or you can just flick off the power from here. So I can just flick off the power up here. Okay. Yep, you can hear the beeping from the car indicating that it's stopped charging. So that's 10 amps done. I'll grab my 15 amp tail. Again, like I said, it's a bit longer, the earth pin for 15 amps. And because these are all 15 amp sockets, they'll fit. But if you've just got a regular 10 amp socket at home, it won't fit. It'll just, the earth pin will get jammed and it won't go in. So we're going to stick it right back into that same 15 amp socket there. And then flick it on. Same deal, it's flashing green there on the Tesla box. And I can see the car behind me here, flashing green as well, so we're good to go. Alright, let's have a look at the car now. It's now charging at 12 amps, whereas it was 8 amps before on the 10 amp socket, 10 amp tail. And doing 3 kilowatts. So yeah, that's about right. It's about 50% faster with the 15 amp tail. So even then, at 47%, we've still got to wait, 9-10 hours to get to. I think I've got it at 80%, 80% limit. So yeah, it's still a little bit slow. But I guess if you're overnight at a hotel or something, it's okay. But we've got a third option to try today. So we're gonna one more time just unplug this. Beep, beep, beep. Means it's safe to unplug. Now the third option, as I said, is kindly supplied by our friends at evsc.com.au. Thank you very much, guys, for this product. 3-phase socket, straight in. I'm looking forward to testing this one. It certainly makes the car more versatile, so I can charge at different points. So I'm going to show you this before I plug it in. So this is a 32 amp socket, and I can't speak for how common it is compared to the 20 amp socket. So 20 amps is on my left and 32 amps is on my right. So the 20 amps is a bit smaller and the 32 amps is bigger. So you won't get them mixed up, don't worry. So 32 amps, let's plug it in like that and roll the orange for safety. Thank you, Joy, doing great work as a camera person and as a support person. So most of these 32 amps plugs will have one of these safety switches. So let's flick it on. Okay, and then we'll go back to the car. There it is, flicking green there, working like an absolute champion today. Let's go back to the car. So now, it's still ramping up as we can see. 17, it should go to 32, there we go. Going up, 19, 20, good. Okay, so we're now getting the full 32 amps at 7 kilowatts. With a 47% state of charge. It's going to take us 3 odd hours, maybe 4 hours to get to 80% from this point. If we were charging at 2 kilowatts with the 10 amps and 3 kilowatts at the 15 amp socket, So it's going to take us, it's going to get us there 2 to 3 times faster with this EVSE tail that's charging at 32 amps. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is the 32 amp tail that connects to the universal mobile connector that connects to your car, charging at 32 amps, 7 kilowatts, equivalent to single phase essentially, but still 2 to 3 times faster than a 10 amp and a 15 amp tail. Plugs into any 32 amp socket, as you can see, at most showgrounds and camping grounds and some hotels, motels, some car parks. So it's a really versatile piece of equipment which I thoroughly recommend that you carry in your Tesla Model 3, particularly if you are doing a road trip and you like to go off the so-called beaten track a little bit. And certainly in Australia, where the infrastructure is still gaining momentum, still being installed, I think it's still very handy to have one of these in your Tesla at this stage. And I'll leave a link in the description below for all the details where you can purchase this tail from evse.com.au. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a like, I really appreciate that. And of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already yet. And where have you gone on your latest road trip with your Tesla? Have you had to use a 32 amp socket? Have you had to use a 10 amp or 15 amp power point somewhere? Leave a comment below, I'd love to hear from you. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, stay safe, and as always, happy charging.